Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And most of all, welcome to Joomla's Pizza Bugs and Fun 2025 20th Anniversary Edition. I'm SD, and joining me are Phil, Herman, and Olivier. We'll be your guides to participating in this event. For those of you who don't know, the goal of Pizza Bugs and Fun is to gather together to improve Joomla through testing, bug squashing, and most of all, having a bit of fun. This event would not be possible were it not for our sponsors, Akiba, Joomla, and our server sponsor, Rockin'. We also want to send a huge shout out to a bunch of people, starting with the people behind the scenes who have tirelessly worked to bring this event to life. We want to thank the room organizers and room assistants that have worked around the world to bring this event to anyone who wants to participate, no matter where they are or how they'd like to participate, either online or in person. Last but certainly not least, we want to thank you, the participants, for joining us in this edition of PBF. Now, in order to connect to our team and other participants, we invite you to join the Mattermost channel ORPBF. This is where you can post questions, say hello, but that's where you'll find us. You can also do us a huge favor by helping to spread the Joomla love on social media by using the hashtag PBF25 with your comments, your pictures, your shout out of all your support of the Joomla project. And of course, check out the website, pizzabugsfun.com. That's pizza-bugs-fun.com. This is where you'll find all sorts of information about other locations. You can download some graphics, that sort of thing to help spread the word of Joomla. Now, with that housekeeping done, let's talk a little bit about what you'll find in this video. The topics that are designed to help you make that experience, your PBF experience, a successful one. We'll cover things like how to create your Mattermost account, how to write Joomla documentation, which is changed a little bit if you haven't done it in a while, how to translate core Joomla, how to create a GitHub account, how to configure the patch tester, and then how to use that to test a patch. But I know the most important thing that you want to know is how to get reimbursed for your pizza and non-alcoholic beverages. All right, so let's get started. Up next, Phil will explain how to create a Mattermost account and join us in the ORPBF Mattermost channel.
Thank you, SD. And now I'm going to talk you through signing up to Mattermost. There's an article in the Joomla community magazine called Getting the Most Out of Mattermost. And this will tell you everything you need to know about signing up to Mattermost. You can register on the Identity portal at identity.joomla.org. Once you've registered, you can check through your profile. The important thing to make sure is that you have given consent for Mattermost. Here are the important parts, and here are the consents. And here you can see I've given my consent for Mattermost. It tells me when I agreed it, when it expires, and how long I've got left. And it's important that you renew your consent before the expiry date. Once you have given that consent, head over to joom.la/chat, and there you will see Mattermost. Once you're at Mattermost, you can find the Pizza Bug and Fun channel simply by typing PBF into the Find channel. And once you search there, you'll be able to chat with others who are joining in Pizza Bugs and Fun. And here are all those important URLs again.
Congratulations with the 20th birthday of Joomla. And welcome on the documentation part of this Pizza Bugs and Fun. As you know, we are making new documentation for Joomla. The documentation always was on docs.joomla.org, our wiki, and we're developing new documentation for developers on manual.joomla.org and for users on docscore.sandbox.joomla.org. You can also see some translations of that user manual until now on jdocmanual.org. You can help with the user manual, and so you go to the docs core.sandbox.joomla.org. You go to the contributors tab, and you can log in with the identity portal, just like you do on Mattermost. So you log in, and then you are a registered user. You ask us for author author rights, so you can write articles. You can do that also after this PBF on the documentation suggestions channel on Mattermost. Okay? On Mattermost, you also log in with that same identity.joomla.org portal. If you have, and you can always go back to that channel if you have specific questions about the documentations or suggestions about the documentation. But for this PBF, of course, you can also go to the Google Meet where we are to answer questions and to help you further. I'll only be there this PBF about from 9 a.m. on UTC. So if you are from Asia or from Australia, might have to wait a bit until you get author rights, but best is to be prepared and to take that, to make an account as soon as possible before the PBF. Then we can give you author rights and you can start right away during the PBF to make some new documentation. The user manual, as said, can be found on at docscore.joomla.org under the tab User Manual. We are restructuring that, and we are not working now on translations, only on the English version. If you want to see some translations, go to jdocmanual.org. But later we will also do translations. First, we want to get it complete. What can you do to make it more complete? Well, you go to Jobs to Do tab, and there you find a list of things that you can do. You can also find more elaborate things about that same list on GitHub in github/joomla/documentation/issues. In those issues, you find all the issues, and we are focusing this PBF on content management tutorials for beginners. So look for the tags content management tutorial and beginners, and you will find them all, and they have a number. I'll show it later, but you'll find everything for the things we want tutorials for under those issues. So you can see what kind of concepts we want to use in this tutorial, what things are supposed to be known before someone does this tutorial. We want to make that very clear to get a good build up, and then you define some steps what someone has to do in order to accomplish the thing you want to accomplish in that tutorial. Tutorial is always some concepts that you show how to do that via some steps. Well, we focus this whole PBF especially on content management tutorials for beginners. So new people who are new to Joomla, and we suppose for this content management tutorials that they have a site, that they know how to log in the administrator, and then we show what are articles, what are menu items, what are categories, how do they work together, what the category block, etc. So we want to get some build up for that. So for instance, if you want to create a category, then you have to first know it's a category of articles. So you have to know what an article is. You have to know what a menu item is in order to publish something and to publish an article under a menu item. And so there is a logical build up, and those numbers that you see here in this build up can also be found in the GitHub issues. Let's like you see here, those numbers 3.1, 2.5, etc. They are also from this list. We have existing articles already. We list this also all in those GitHub issues. And those existing articles give you information about the categories, etc., but they try to be complete. One of the things of tutorials is that they are not complete. They are not trying to be complete. They are only trying to show some some concepts, and those concepts are learned by doing it. So a tutorial is learning by doing, and you learn the concepts. It's not in the first place the outcome that is important of the whole tutorial, of the steps that you do, but the concepts that you want to teach someone. Those are the most important things that you show in a tutorial. That is the diataxis framework, and we focus this time only on the tutorials. So if you want to know more about it, there's much more about this whole thing. If you want to know some more background about that, you can find it under the contributors tab, a tutorial, how to make a tutorial, previously also published in the magazine. There you can find more. If you have a topic that you say, okay, I can make some article about it, some steps explaining those concepts that you have on that subject, then please put your name on the list where you find the same subjects, the list from the Pizza Bugs and Fun, and then so we avoid a bit the double work. And then under volunteer doing the work, you put your name. You go to the contributors tab. You're logged in, so you go to the draft articles and click on new article, and then just in Joomla front-end editing, you add the content, you add a title, and you add the article text. That's the main thing that you do. We have some extra tabs here. So for instance, contribution and publishing. Under contribution, you can find notes also. So if you are doubting a bit what to do with an article, with how to explain something, or if it's completely correct what you said, you can put it in the notes. We'll find it. You don't have to worry about where to place it exactly, and more things like uh, if it's not completely consistent with existing documentation, we'll take care of that. You don't have to do that. You just uh, get that article out. So we can try to make that whole the tutorials for those all those tutorials for beginners about content management, to make that complete, this whole PDF. That would be nice. Another thing that you find, you find, of course, the normal buttons in the front end editing. Don't forget to save. Always save. It's not automatically saved. It's Joomla. Hmm? We have another tab here, publishing. When you are ready, or think that you are almost ready, or you have no time anymore, you can submit your article for review, and we take care of it further. So you just indicate, okay, I'm finished for now. You can also leave it in drafts for uh, a longer time after the PDF, but okay, if you want to submit your article for review, it's a bit hidden. You go to the publishing tab, you go to the workflow stage, and this is a drop down menu where you find a kind of button to submit your article for review. And you click that, and it will be submitted. Then you can't change it anymore yourself. So this was it. I hope to see you all in the Google Meet, in the first place, of course, in docscore.joomla. No, docscore.sandbox.joomla.org, and and of course in the Mattermost documentation suggestions channel. Uh, I hope to see some contributions, and also that some people have a lot of fun with it. Thank you very much.
And now I'm going to talk you through setting up a GitHub account. Head over to github.com, and there you can sign up for a new account. You'll need to use a valid email address to sign up for your new account. Then create a password, and once you've saved your password, you will need to verify your email address, and then you can sign in. Once you have signed into GitHub, you can search for the Joomla repository. And here you can see the Joomla repository and all of the code that makes up Joomla. And now over to Olivier, who's going to talk about patch testing.
Thank you, Phil. Before I dive into the details, I would like to point out that the idea behind testing patches is to get two successful tests from two different people on a single patch. A patch is a piece of code, a pull request, that has been created to correct an issue in Joomla. We have prepared a style sheet where are recorded most patches that need to be tested. Once you decide on the patch you want to test, put your name next to the patch so no more than two people test it. There are several ways you can test patches. You can install an instance of Joomla on your local server. It is simple. Just get the latest nightly at GitHub and install a patch tester component. You can use one of our pre-installations ready for you to use. Once you have claimed an instance, the first thing you should do is change the password so that nobody else can use it but you. You can use the site launch.joomla.org and create your own Joomla 5 instance. Once in the console, install the patch tester component. Once in your Joomla instance, you first need to set up the patch tester extension. I would also suggest you increase the session lifetime, set debug to yes, and error reporting to maximum to catch potential issues. In some cases, depending on the patch you are testing, you may be required to install additional languages or sample data. To set up the patch tester, go to Global Configuration, Joomla Patch Tester. In order to get the patches, you need a GitHub token. Click on Create a Personal Access Token. This takes you directly to GitHub to create the token. It's prefilled for you. Just go to Generate Token. This will give you a token available for you to use in your console. Make a copy of it, because once you leave GitHub, that token will be gone. Go back to your console. Put the number 7 close. Now you're ready to fetch data. Once the patches are available in the console, go back to the style sheet where you put your name in and copy the patch ID. Go back to the console, put the ID in the search field. First, you need to make sure you can reproduce the issue the patch is supposed to fix. To learn more about the issue, select View on GitHub. It will take you to GitHub, where you can learn about the issue. Go back to your console and try and reproduce the behavior. If you cannot reproduce the behavior, please make a note in the style sheet. On the other hand, if you can reproduce the issue, click on Apply Patch. Follow the instructions for testing the patch in the GitHub pull request. And make sure the issue has been fixed with the patch applied. Your test being successful or not, please record your results in the style sheet next to your name. Go back to the console and select View on Joomla Issue Tracker. In there, click on Test This and report your results. If your test was unsuccessful, please provide as much information as you can. Submit test results. Then go back to the console and revert the patch. Now you're ready to process a different one.
Thank you, Olivier. And now, how to get a refund. To qualify, you will need to fill in a reimbursement form. This can be found on opensourcematters.org/reimbursement. Once there, you can find all the details needed for the form to be filled in. We will also need you to send us images of your gathering as proof so that we can share them on social media. Remember, only pizza and non-alcoholic drinks count. And now back to SD for a few closing words.
Hey, it's SD again. We hope that you found these tips useful. Once again, we want to send a quick thanks to today's sponsor, Akiba, Joomla, and our server sponsor, Rocket. Don't forget, join us in our ORPBF Mattermost channel. Spread some Joomla love with hashtag PBF25. And most of all, have a great time. We cannot thank you enough for participating in our 20th anniversary PBF event. So with that, thank you. Have fun, enjoy pizza, be loud and proud of Joomla.